You could tell he was nervous, and he said it in the courtroom. He had asked to go to the bathroom. He was like, "Excuse me, Judge, I'm a little bit nervous."
She testified she was held against her will twice. At one point alleging she was forced from her apartment and into a car.
You could tell he was nervous, and he said it in the courtroom. He had asked to go to the bathroom. He was like, "Excuse me, Judge, I'm a little bit nervous."
Really sit through that whole case and kept your spirits high. I really like that for y'all. That looks great. Keep your spirits up.
What you're saying reaches the ears of Will Smith, and he needs to get at least, if there's smoke, there's fire, let me grab a fan.
Do not forget to subscribe. Good evening, and thank you for joining us tonight. We've got a story that's been stirring up a storm in the celebrity and legal worlds. A story that has quickly gone from shocking to downright unbelievable. It's the kind of drama that doesn't usually unfold in real life, but in movies or high-budget courtroom thrillers. What I'm talking about today is an alleged incident involving none other than the legendary hip-hop mogul, Sean Diddy Combs, and a courtroom scene that's left many wondering just how far things can go. This, ladies and gentlemen, is the story that no one could have predicted. A bathroom incident in court, an allegedly explosive reaction from the judge, and a courtroom atmosphere so tense that it may have derailed what was already a high-stakes case. It's the kind of story that makes you wonder, how could something so bizarre be happening in real life? But according to multiple sources, it's all allegedly true, and it's going to leave you questioning whether this was a moment of sheer bad luck or a calculated act that tipped the scale in a courtroom already on edge. So let's set the stage here. Picture this, a high-profile courtroom, a case that's been under the spotlight for weeks, with journalists and celebrities alike watching closely as the proceedings unfold. And then, in the midst of all this, Diddy, the music mogul who has built an empire on his bold and often unpredictable public persona, finds himself the center of attention once again. However, this time it's not for his music, his fashion line, or his business deals. No, it's because of something that allegedly happened in a courtroom bathroom. Yes, you heard that correctly. This wasn't just any bathroom break. According to sources, this was an event that allegedly set off a chain of reactions. The kind of drama that you only see when emotions run high and personalities clash. The specific details remain murky, but rumors are swirling that whatever happened behind those bathroom doors didn't just affect Diddy. It allegedly caused ripples throughout the entire courtroom, ultimately creating a scene that no one in that room could forget. Now let's get to the heart of the speculation. What exactly could have happened in that bathroom? Was it a simple misstep on Diddy's part, or was it a full-blown altercation? The truth is, no one knows for sure. We can't say with certainty what went down, but what we do know is that the aftermath was dramatic enough to have everyone in that courtroom talking. According to reports from alleged insiders who were present at the scene, Diddy returned from the bathroom visibly agitated. What happened in that brief moment between his exit from the bathroom and his re-entry into the courtroom is still a mystery, but sources suggest that the atmosphere in the room shifted immediately. It was as if everything that had been calm and collected moments before suddenly came to a crashing halt. The lawyers, the jurors, even the staff. Everyone was left wondering what had happened and how it would affect the trial that had already been fraught with tension. The reports say that when Diddy returned, the judge's reaction was nothing short of explosive. Now this is where the story starts to sound like something straight out of a courtroom drama. Allegedly, the judge, who had maintained control over the trial up until that point, was unable to hide their frustration. Insiders say the judge, who had been calm and composed through hours of legal wrangling, suddenly lost it. Sources claim that the judge threw their hands up in exasperation. muttered under their breath, and even went so far as to call for a break. In the proceedings, the idea of a judge, someone who is typically a model of restraint, suddenly being so visibly thrown off by the actions of one individual is, to say the least, shocking. According to those who were allegedly in the room, the judge had reached a breaking point, one that left the entire courtroom stunned. The dramatic turn of events was so unexpected that it sent a ripple through the room, causing confusion and even panic among those who had been sitting in silence just moments before. Was it just the bathroom incident that pushed the judge over the edge, or was there something else at play here? Some have speculated that it wasn't just what happened in the bathroom, but rather the larger tensions surrounding the case that had been simmering under the surface for weeks. But of course, it's hard to say for certain. As this drama unfolded, the courtroom, already a high-pressure environment, was left in turmoil. The proceedings were allegedly put on hold, and many onlookers were left wondering what had happened. In that short span of time that could have set off such an intense reaction from the judge, some even suggest that the judge's decision to pause the hearing was not just about the momentary chaos, but was indicative of the larger sense of frustration and stress that had built up throughout the trial. Could this one moment have been the tipping point? Could it have been the final straw that sent everyone into a tailspin? While we don't have definitive answers, the mere suggestion that Diddy could have caused such a disruption in the courtroom only adds fuel to the fire. Let's take a step back and think about Diddy's role in all of this. Known for his sometimes erratic behavior, larger-than-life personality, and unapologetic confidence, Diddy has always attracted attention wherever he goes. Whether it's through his business ventures, his involvement in the music industry, or his public persona, Diddy has never been one to shy away from controversy. Could this incident, whether accidental or not, be just another chapter in the unpredictable life of the mogul? Many speculate that Diddy thrives in chaos, and some even believe that he's used to being at the center of attention, good or bad. So, did Diddy have something to do with this courtroom meltdown? Was it simply his larger-than-life personality rubbing up against the tension already present in the courtroom? According to some insiders, the answer might be yes. However, there are others who suggest that the true reason behind the judge's outburst had less to do with Diddy and more to do with the way the trial had been progressing. In fact, some are even claiming that the bathroom incident was just the final straw in a series of increasingly difficult moments during the trial. The judge, who was reportedly under a great deal of pressure, might have just reached their breaking point. And that's the real question here. Was the incident really about Diddy? Or was it just the tipping point in an already difficult case? Either way, it's clear that this story has taken on a life of its own, and no one seems to know for sure what happened. Now, let's pause for a moment and talk about the aftermath. What has been the fallout from this alleged courtroom drama? While we don't have all the details, one thing is certain. This incident has caught the public's attention. We've already seen countless headlines covering the bizarre incident, and social media has been buzzing with speculation ever since. Some have already begun to draw comparisons to other high-profile celebrity court cases, while others have questioned whether this incident was just another example of the chaos that surrounds Diddy's life. But while it's easy to speculate, we still don't know much about the full scope of what occurred. What we do know is that the rumors surrounding this event are growing louder by the minute, and it's only a matter of time before more details start to emerge. As for Diddy himself, he has remained largely silent on the matter, fueling the speculation. Even further, will he eventually address the incident publicly, or will he leave it up to the media to fill in the blanks? So far, it seems like he's taking the approach of letting the story unfold on its own. But the longer he stays quiet, the more people seem to wonder, what exactly happened in that bathroom? Was there more to this incident than meets the eye? Or is it all just a giant misunderstanding? We don't have those answers yet. But one thing is for certain, this is a story that isn't going away anytime soon. As we wait for more information to surface, we'll continue to follow the developments closely. What's clear now is that this incident, whatever the truth may be, has raised more questions than it's answered. Was it a bathroom incident that went too far? Or was it a moment of pure coincidence that simply spiraled out of control? At this point, the only thing we can say for certain is that this drama isn't over yet. Stay tuned for more up. There's something about Diddy that's impossible to ignore, and it seems that once again, he's found himself at the center of a controversy so bizarre that it's almost hard to believe it's real. Allegedly, the music mogul caused chaos in a courtroom, and this time, the drama all started with something as simple as a bathroom break. But don't be fooled. This wasn't any ordinary trip to the restroom. According to reports from sources who claim to have been there, what happened behind those closed doors allegedly sent shockwaves through the entire trial, setting off a chain of events no one saw coming. The tension was already high in the courtroom, but when Diddy excused himself to take a break, that's when things got truly wild. What could have happened? What could possibly go down in a bathroom that could derail an entire hearing? Sources are tight-lipped about the exact details, but the whispers are growing louder, and the speculation is taking on a life of its own. Some say Diddy's actions in the bathroom were just the catalyst for what would turn into a full-blown courtroom meltdown. Others think it was a culmination of things that had been building up for days, maybe even weeks. But whatever happened, it's clear that the scene that unfolded after Diddy's return was nothing short of extraordinary. Reports suggest that when Diddy walked back into the courtroom, everything changed. The judge, already known for their level-headedness and professionalism, apparently couldn't hold it together any longer. It was like something snapped. Insiders say the judge, who had been running a tight ship up to that point, completely lost it. According to some sources, the judge threw their hands up in exasperation, visibly flustered, and even muttered about the disruption that had just taken place. The entire atmosphere of the courtroom shifted in an instant. Attorneys, jurors, and even the spectators were left frozen, unsure of what was happening or what was about to happen next. How could a simple bathroom break lead to a complete breakdown of control in the courtroom? Was it Diddy's personality, his unpredictable nature, or was it something else that had caused the judge to crack under pressure? The reaction was so intense, in fact, that the judge allegedly had to call a temporary break in the proceedings to regain their composure. This isn't just a casual interruption. It was reportedly a full-blown pause, with the judge unable to continue without taking a moment to process what had just occurred. And the big question here is, what in the world did Diddy do to set off such a dramatic reaction? Could it have been something in the bathroom? Was there an altercation or some kind of tension between Diddy and someone else that spilled over into the courtroom? Or was it simply Diddy's larger-than-life personality clashing with an already tense situation? According to those on the inside, no one really knows for sure. Some have even suggested that Diddy's actions were simply the breaking point in an already fraught case. Maybe it wasn't just about the bathroom break, but the mounting pressures that had been building throughout the day, and Diddy, unknowingly or not, became the perfect storm that set everything off. The timing of it all only adds to the intrigue. This wasn't just some random outburst. It came right after Diddy's return to the courtroom from that fateful bathroom trip. Some are saying that whatever happened in that bathroom wasn't as simple as it seems. Could it have been a personal conversation or some kind of confrontation that set Diddy off? Or was it something even stranger? What we do know is that this was a moment that turned an already high-profile trial into an unpredictable spectacle. The fact that a judge, someone who's trained to keep their cool in the most chaotic situations, would allegedly lose their composure like this. Well, that's a rarity in itself. But it's Diddy we're talking about, and if history has taught us anything, it's that his presence tends to make waves. No matter the situation, at this point, it's almost impossible to know what really went down in that bathroom. But rumors are everywhere. Was it a minor dispute? An unfortunate series of events? Or did Diddy, in his usual bold fashion, create a scene that will go down in courtroom history? Everyone's guessing, but no one can say for sure. What we do know is that this incident is already being talked about like wildfire, and people can't get enough of the drama. Some are calling it the latest in a string of bizarre Diddy moments, while others are wondering if there's more to the story than anyone's letting on. Was this just a little spark in the courtroom? Or was there something more deeply personal at play? No one knows just yet, but what we do know is that Diddy has always thrived in the spotlight, and this alleged incident will likely only fuel his reputation for unpredictability. Could it be that Diddy's bathroom incident is another example of him throwing the world into chaos? Or is this just the latest piece of celebrity gossip that's been blown out of proportion? What's even more fascinating about this whole thing is that no one seems to have a solid answer. The rumors keep circulating and the mystery deepens. With every passing day, some claim they heard bits and pieces of what happened, but nothing is concrete. Was it a major public outburst? Or was it something more subtle that still had a profound impact on the courtroom? Could it have been a verbal confrontation, a raised voice, or something that happened behind closed doors that no one was supposed to see? The fact that the entire trial was allegedly halted after Diddy returned from the bathroom only adds to the speculation. Was it really Diddy's actions that caused the judge to lose control? Or was it the mounting tension from an already volatile case? The reports seem to be pointing to Diddy's presence as the spark, but there's still so much we don't know about what happened. Did Diddy, with his larger-than-life personality, throw the courtroom into chaos? Or was there another factor at play that we haven't yet been made aware of? With no official statement coming from Diddy or the courtroom staff, we're left to piece together the drama from the scraps of gossip and anonymous insider reports that are leaking out. What's certain is that this story isn't going to die down anytime soon. The court of public opinion has already begun its own trial, and Diddy's reputation is once again under scrutiny. Whether this bathroom incident is real or a concoction of exaggerated rumors, it's clear that the story is far from over. How will Diddy respond to the allegations, if at all? Will the truth ever come to light, or is this just another piece of celebrity gossip that gets lost in the noise of Hollywood drama? One thing is for sure, this is a moment that won't be forgotten anytime soon. And as we all wait for the next chapter in this bizarre story, we can only wonder what's coming next in the life of one of the most unpredictable figures in the entertainment world.